What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. It's just going to be a real quick one for everybody. If you have a Perrin turbo inlet tube that you're going to be installing with the Grimmspeed 3-port boost controller, here's just a little tip of mine on how you can get that Grimmspeed installed onto the turbo inlet, if that's what you're looking to do. Obviously, you can just mount this somewhere else on the car that's somewhat close by, and you can just run a hose and do it that way. That would be ultimately the best way to secure it, in my opinion, just because you're going to get road vibration and stuff, so some people opt not to do it this way. I don't see a problem with it, so I'm going to run it this way. When it comes time for me to do the install, if I run into any issues, I'll be sure to let you guys know if this was a fail point. But I got it installed really snug and really flush, and I wanted to share with you how I got that fitment to be really flush, just because, as everyone knows, the 3-port boost controller from Grimmspeed has a very short stem on its mounting bracket. A lot of people, again, like to relocate it and just run a hose, but if you're looking to run it just directly off of the inlet tube, this is how I did it. So I didn't bend the bracket at all. I know some people like to, but I just didn't really want to deal with it. When I had the boost controller in hand, it just felt, I don't know, like I could get around it, and that's what I did. So what you'll do is they have 4 Allen keys. So 2 here, you'll undo those. That'll allow the module to come off. And then 2 in there, which you'll gain access to by removing the module, and that'll take the complete bracket off. So now you're just left with the mount plate. And then you can just put your worm clamp on the stem of the inlet tube, and then what you'll do is you'll be able to mount this base plate in there, and it'll actually sit flush because this bracket won't be hitting it. So you'll be able to push it down flush, tighten down your worm clamp, and then you'll notice that since you tighten this down, the circumference gets a little bit smaller because it's really tightly wrapping against what it needs to hold on to. So at that point then, once you're done with that, you can reinstall the module and the base plate, or the mounting bracket. So you would just reverse order of how you took it off to get it back on there. And that's pretty much it. Now everything sits really flush. I know the lighting is a little bit bad in my garage, and by a little bit, I mean a lot of it, but it sits completely flush now, no issues, feels really nice, really no play in there, which is what I was looking for. Beforehand there was a lot of play, now there's none. And in the end I just added some zip ties going in and out of the mounting brackets, and it just goes around the turbo inlet, as you can see. And it's just barely tight. It's not enough to actually be like trying to hold it down. It's just taut, so that way if there's any issues, that, you know, that's like a fail point safety, so that way it doesn't just go flying off, which I know it shouldn't be an issue anyways, because once you got it, you know, with your actual boost lines in there and stuff like that, it won't fly off. But, you know, why not? Just an additional safety measure. It took 2 seconds to do, so. But anyways, that's my tip for you guys if you're installing a 3-port boost controller from Grimmspeed, on how to get that mounted up onto the Perrin turbo inlet tube without having to bend or like cut or additionally modify that little bracket that holds the base plate and the boost control module. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. I hope it works out for you, but that was the best way that I could get it to be completely flush with fitment. And again, what I ended up measuring out too is, before I put that in there, that stem of the mounting base for the Grimmspeed boost controller, that is about the same width as this worm clamp, so there's not really a lot to work with. So obviously you want to maximize it as much as you can, and that's what I ended up doing, and it worked out perfect. So now it fits really well, and that's the final product. So hopefully it works good. Again, if I find any issues when it comes time to actually install this, I'll let you know. But that's how I did it, and hopefully it helps you guys out. I'll catch you in the next video.